Hey guys, today in Art Club with Miss Burford we'll be creating this vase with watercolour effect flowers in it. You will need a sheet of A4 watercolour paper, a paintbrush, a pot of water and some water-based colouring pens. The first step is to draw our vase, just the outline of the vase, and you'll notice that I have my paper landscape rather than portrait, and I'm starting my vase from about halfway down the page. At this point we just want the vase outline, we don't want to decorate the inside, we're going to come back and do that later. If you're working with children which are a little less confident, you can draw the vase with a pencil first. Now we're going to start adding our flowers. So for this part we're going to do this on the top half of our piece of paper. Some may droop over the sides of your vase. However, make sure your flower outlines do not touch your vase, because when you add the water, the vase will bleed into the flowers and vice versa. So you just want to draw your usual typical flower outlines, and then you may want to add some which look like things like lavender. So I just did a few dots next to each other. You can see I did that here with the purple. And then you may want some which are like poppies. So I drew some ovals. I went over the oval a few times so we had quite a bit of ink that would bleed. And then I added a dot to the centre. But you just want to think about what kind of shaped flowers you may get. Keep going until you've arranged a whole bouquet around your vase. And if you want to, you can do this as a still life picture. You could do this based on a flower arrangement that you see in real life. It might be a bit easier, or you can use your imagination. It's up to you. We used our imaginations and the kids did great. You will see that none of my lines are touching. They are all separated from each other and have some gaps in between so we can add some foliage. If you think there are too many white gaps, then you can go in and add some more flowers. At this point I'm happy with my flower arrangement. It's filled up most of the top portion of my paper and it's spread out nicely. None of my lines are touching unless they're part of the same flower, which is fine. And then I'm just going to go ahead and add my water to each flower. So just using your paintbrush in the water, make sure that the paintbrush touches the edge of your flowers so that colour bleeds. Without it touching the colour won't spread. So I usually start with the outline of the flower and then just using my paintbrush just fill in the whole flower. And honestly, it will look like it's not doing a lot at the moment, but as you leave it, the colour will start to bleed more, as long as you've added enough water. Repeat this step for every single flower that you have on your picture. Stay away from the vase. You do not want to touch the vase with any water at any point. And you'll notice as I carry on going around the flowers, the ones that have already had the water added to them, you'll notice that the colour has bled more and more and is blended lovely. As this is a lesson that can be done in 45 minutes, you heard me, 45 minutes, I've done it in Art Club and we've got it done in that time. So whilst your flowers are drying, we can now start adding our details to our vase. I've just gone for blue all over. You could have done like a black vase, or you could have done some more neutral tones, like a orange terracotta pot, or a brown or something like that. But it's up to you. It just made me think of the Chinese vases that I've looked at before, so we just went with the idea of going with one colour all over the vase. That's the best thing to do. And this is a good time to look at line pattern skills so you can add a variety of patterns to your vase. In this time, your flowers should have dried enough. However, this one was completely dry. Did anyone else spot that I missed doing this flower? I hadn't until I'd finished doing the vase, so I quickly got some water on that bad boy. I'm just holding it up closer to the camera so you can see how the colours have bled, and you can see it gives that lovely soft natural edge to the flowers. We can now start adding our stems and our leaves. So start with your stems, choose what kind of shade of green you want. I've got a light green and a dark green. I chose the darker green out of these Crayola colours. And yes, just start joining your stems to your vase, up to your flower. Your flowers should all be dry now, so don't worry about the colours bleeding. When you are doing your stems, think about the shape of them. So the lower down flowers, they'll be drooping a little bit, so try and add a curve to your stem rather than them being fully straight. Now we can add our leaves. So for my lavender stems, I added some small little leaves. If you look at lavender leaves, they are very small. And then I added some larger leaves to the other flowers. I do apologise, my camera kept going in and out of focus and I didn't realise until now. Oh. And as you add these leaves, it will fill in those blank areas in between the flowers. And that is it. You should be able to take it home right now. It is dry. I do apologise that I've been absent from YouTube for a few months. It's been a crazy hectic time at home, but I'm hoping to be back weekly now with some videos. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more art lessons like this, hopefully every week, and other art related content every now and then. See you next week for more Art Club with Miss Burford.